Elis James and John Robbins.
Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. You listen to Elis James and John Robbins on Radio X. Now, John, you're a bit down. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I did a gig last night.
This is an aural medium, John. For crying out loud.
I did a gig last night. I got angry at injustice in the comedy system.
Oh, comedy, right.
And not on my behalf, on someone else's behalf.
Oh.
And then got home, sort of vented at my girlfriend.
Lovely stuff.
And I was gonna have an early night and have green tea and start a new Wilkie Collins.
Ooh.
But then during the venting, I had
He's a novelist, by the way.
Yeah. During the venting, I had a couple of ales.
Oh, yeah. So it was 2 ales worth of venting.
Ale and a half.
Oh, God.
Then she had Prosecco.
Of course she did.
I remember.
Don't blame her.
I then started on the Prosecco. I don't really like Prosecco, so I started mixing things into it.
Right, like
then she said, "Oh, I want to watch something." We were just chatting on the sofa, so I put on Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston 2.
Yes, please.
She, after about 4 rounds, said, "I don't really want to watch Muhammad Ali again." So I put on some classic Queen live videos, and then I turned and I sort of shouted at her for looking at me and not looking at Freddie. And she kept she said she wanted to watch me watching Freddie. Well, I just kept going, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Look at Freddie!" And then she left because she said, "I don't like you when you're like this."
Don't blame her.
And then I went to bed. And then she said this morning, because I'm not usually allowed to wake her up under any circumstances ever.
Yeah. Apart from, house fires.
Yes,
et cetera, yeah.
Emergencies. Even then I think she'd be a bit peeved. But I said, "I'm sorry for being such a tool last night." And she said, "I hate it when you say you're going to bed and then you reach for another ginger wine." Which is the sort of criticism that might be levelled at Mr. Pickwick. Because I bought a bottle of ginger wine.
Who in the 21st or 20th century drinks ginger wine?
It's so nice.
Where do you buy it?
Buy it in Sainsbury's. It's that bottle, it's green bottle. It's like Stones. It's called Stones.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah, you often see it behind bars and wonder what it is.
I used to work in an old man pub, and the mum on a hen do would drink that. Sort of a whiskey and ginger wine, yeah.
Yeah, I think the last thing I had before I went to bed was...
keeps me cheeky, is what they'd say. And I go, I better do
It's very nice. But the last thing I had, I think, was a Prosecco, ginger wine, rum and Diet Coke.
Good grief. The Grand Slam. Wow.
Alan Partridge has a ladyboy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like sort of a...
it's Bailey's...
And gin and tonic and lager.
That's it.
Whereas, I don't know, what would you call a ginger wine, Prosecco, rum and Diet Coke? Jamaican ladyboy child? Pretty much.
I don't know. Attack of the Comfort Blanket.
Oh, lovely. I like that.
Pour me a pint of Attack of the Comfort Blanket.